Hi there, this is Tiffany from iHeartArtBlog.com, and I'm on the Faber-Castell Design Memory Craft design team, and I wanted to show you how to use several of our mix and match products in today's tutorial, including the Paper Crafter crayons, the gelatos, and the Stampers Big Brush pens, along with some exclusive stamp sets and dies from SimonsSaysStamp.com. Let's begin. Here are just some of the supplies that I'll be using to make my cards. I'll be using Simon Says stamp sets, including On Edge, Happy Every Day, with the matching Absolutely craft die, and this fun thank you heart. And then I'll be using Faber-Castell Design Memory Craft mix and match products, including the Stampers Big Brush pens, the Tropical Gelatos, and these Paper Crafter crayons. And I'll show you a fun technique using the Mist Maker toolkit. So here are some adhesives that I'll be using by Scrapbook Adhesives by 3L, and then these really pretty shiny Kelly Perky sequins. So let's begin. The first thing I want to do before I begin is to make a couple mists. So I'm just going to color down some of the pigment, or you can use the spatula from the Mist Maker toolkit and then scrape some off and then smash it down. You want it as smashed down as possible. And then you just add some water, just a tiny bit, because you want to make a paste. And I'm going to use the smudger to blend everything. So once you're done, you just pour it into your little mister. You shake it up, and then it's ready to use. So scribble down your background. To create the Absolutely panel, go ahead and color down the gelatos onto the cardstock and blend with a foam brush. Now you just let these dry before you die cut them. So, in order to die cut the Absolutely craft die just right, I recommend using a grid mat and some Post-its. So I'm going to use a Post-it to secure it at the top and the bottom, just to keep our lines, and then use a small ruler or an additional ruler you might have on hand and line it up, and you can just slide the die into place. So I'm going to include some of the white space, and then you can just push it over however you want. So super easy. And then once you have it in place, gently remove the ruler and then apply another Post-it on top of the die, like that. Perfect. So now you can run it through your die cutting machine. So when you take it out, you'll get this where it is still attached. So just go ahead and use your paper trimmer and cut right here and then right here, and then you can use tweezers to get out all the little negative parts. So after you have everything die cut and trimmed, I trimmed these to 1 3/4 width, and I kept them at 5 1/2. You just adhere them to your horizontal A2 card bases. Once you have everything adhered to the A2 card bases, we can start some stamping. We're using On Edge and Happy Every Day. And because the Faber-Castell Design Memory Craft line is designed to mix and match, I have Stampers Big Brush pens in Violet, Pink Matter, May Green, and Cobalt Green, which is more like a turquoise. And we're just going to stamp this banner off to the side in various colors. So in order to stamp with these, all you have to do is ink it up, huff, and stamp. Just like that. So I'm going to do it with all the other colors. And now we're ready for embellishments. So here they are, all embellished, and I also rounded the corner just to add some interest to the side. So for our next card, I have the Thank You Heart die cut. I have a solid heart die cut and the thank you part die cut, and you just want to take some tweezers or some sharp scissors and just punch out those negatives. In the meantime, you want to make sure to heat up your mini iron. This is by Clover, and I have it on a trivet with a scrap piece of felt for cleaning, and we're going to use that for a crayon melting technique. So once you have your die cuts removed, you should work on a scrapped sheet of cardstock. And keep your felt and your trivet handy. And all you do is you take your crayon of preference. I am going to go with some pinks. And I'm going to start with my lightest pink, and you just melt it onto the iron. Give it some time to heat up and melt really good, and then you swipe. And there you go. For the solid heart, I'm going to go back to my snow cone gelato, and I'm going to do a dark to light ombre with it. So just using a foam brush. So using an A2 vertical card base and the scraps from our first card, I'm just going to create a background. And you can embellish. Here it is all embellished, and I rounded that bottom left corner. Again, this was Tiffany from iHeartArtBlog.com showing you how to use the Faber-Castell Design Memory Craft product line. Thanks for watching.